Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
And a very good morning, everyone, as we're taking a look at a busy weather pattern coming up as we head towards Tuesday. And it's going to start off with some major heat, but not only that, and also a severe threat, but also a tropical storm that we're continuing to watch. This is now Tropical Storm Bertha. Let me zoom out here a little bit, and you can see kind of in reference to where we are, Memphis. That gives you an idea. And then you can see this is right down in the northern Gulf. Since last night, it has now become a full tropical storm, 40-mile-per-hour sustained winds moving to the west at 3 miles per hour. Notice the track is going to take it right along the Gulf, right through the Louisiana coast there, and right over into eastern Texas. It's not going to be a very powerful system, but the flood potential is going to be there. You know, some tropical storms, and it depending on how fast this, winds up going. If it stalls out, this could be a big problem with, many, many inches. Tropical storms, you hear of 5, 10, even in extreme cases, 15 inches of rain. So let's hope that that is not going to be the case. But there again, with the weather as wacky as it's been this year, nothing would surprise me. So anyway, I would say keep up with us. Let's keep a good check on that. We'll be updating that as we move through the rest of this week. Well, let's talk about today. We did top out on Monday evening, or 93 was our high. Morning low was 73. Normal high would be 90, and the record back in 1986 was 102. So, it could be worse, my friends. Yes, it could. All right. Well, we've got temperatures in the low 80s, dropping into the 70s. It's going to be a much cooler night. The cameras have been giving us a great view as we've been heading into tonight, seeing a little bit of that twilight earlier, and some great views all across West Tennessee. But much quieter as the storms that we had out there, those have fizzled out as we're moving into the very late tonight and early morning hours heading into Tuesday. Winds are very light, so that's going to allow for some patchy, dense fog to develop into the morning hours. Close view of radar, you can see any storms that we did have, those have since left the building. They have moved out of the area, and we're just under a mostly clear sky right now. Now we got a strong cold front. This one's going to be powerful. It's going to come through here. It's going to provoke a chance of severe weather tomorrow evening, but it's also going to drop our temperature back down into the 80s for a few days. I know that'll be a welcome sight. Well, the trade-off will be for enduring some potential for severe weather tomorrow, or we should say Tuesday, late evening into the early nighttime hours. So as we look ahead here for Tuesday's outlook, you can see it does include a good chunk of West Tennessee, 1 out of 5, but also North Benton, Henry, most of Henry County, and northeast portions of Weakley are included in that 2 out of 5 risk. It's something we've been through over and over through severe weather season, and a lot through the summer, but we'll be watching that system as it makes its way towards us. Taking a look at Futurecast, you can see all the showers. Those have fizzled out. We're heading towards Tuesday morning right now. No problems there other than a little small shower or two northeast, but watch the evening hours. 5 o'clock right in there, North counties. 8 o'clock along the I-40 corridor, and then south of I-40, 9, 10, 11 o'clock in the nighttime there before these move out. Then we begin to drop in temperature, and we'll be back in for a much cooler day as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're going to get out of this heat situation, but just be aware as we're heading into Tuesday, we are under an extreme heat warning. Heat index readings will go up to as high as 112 during the peak of the afternoon and early evening. We'll wake up to about 75, and this morning it'll be some patchy dense fog out there. And we'll start off mostly dry throughout all of West Tennessee. Only a slight chance of a little shower, but we get into the late afternoon, late evening. I would say anytime after about 5 o'clock, especially in those northern counties, that's where we'll start to see those storms coming in, and they'll drop southward through the I-40 corridor about 8 o'clock or so, and south of there shortly thereafter. We'll be here tracking any of those storms as well. Notice, though, after we go up to 97, we're going to drop back down to about 89 for the high on Wednesday, Thursday, even as possibly low as about 87 on Friday. So that'll put us a few degrees below normal for that high. And then, we can't keep it away forever because it is the dog days of summer. We got to have some low 90s at least comes back in for the second half of the weekend. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for now. Just stay weather aware as we head into Tuesday evening, mainly after about 5 o'clock. And we're going to see those storms begin to form and drop southward through West Tennessee. Thanks, as always, for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.
When severe weather strikes, we are West Tennessee Weather Channel. No matter how large the city or how small the community or town, West Tennessee Weather Channel is there in severe weather.